So it's here, and then the music starts, and then it's here.
Let's do it.
All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. What is good, guys? Long overdue update regarding, what's been going on with my prep, and also just filling you guys in on week 14, because there's about 22 weeks entirety of my entire natural bodybuilding competition season. Yeah, sorry about the delay, because at this point in time, as I'm filming this and talking to you, I don't know if you can notice, I've gained a little bit of weight, and we're about one day, about 7 weeks post season. So I'm well in the latter half of recovery, and then about to begin the off season, which I'll be documenting here as well. But let's get right into how exactly week 14 went, leading up to my very first competition, what the plan was, as well as also what the training looked like, and also what peak week, or in other words, peak day looked like. Because this was, even though it was the first show of the season, it was more or less a practice show. It was very last minute because we were supposed to do another NAMBF or WMBF show that got rescheduled to November 15th. So picked this one up just because it was around the time when I wanted to do that show, the Multiverse in Tucson, Arizona. Put my hat on because I look like a hound. So let's get right into it. Got the training footage going, you know what I'm saying? Got the bench press or incline bench press. I think these are warm-up sets here. But just to kind of get into training here with you guys. So when it comes to peak week or like the week of a show, in terms of the way like we structured the training, we took away probably the most cumbersome day or the most stressful day on my body, which was my second workout. So my posterior chain dominant day, which included RDLs, pull-ups, chest supported rows, some pull downs, hyperextensions, and some biceps, as well as a little bit of some calves. And we started the day. Oh, here's that single of 190. Yeah, that looked pretty good. Nice. Then we got the back down sets here on the incline. I think for this week, yeah, so single for 190 at a 7.5 RPE, which just means 3 reps left in the tank. And then 3 sets of 165 with 1 minute break in between, taken to an RPE of 8. So 2 reps left in the tank for each set. Anyway, yeah, so with this week in particular, we just did the first day, which is my chest dominant workout, which is what you're seeing clips of here. And then we took like a little break, I think on this particular day. No, so I went right into workout number 4, which is typically my leg day. So that would probably be like the second most stressful workout of my training program, but we put it like days before me stepping on stage. And the reason for this mainly is just not to stress my body out too much to the point where, we're necessarily like you don't like the body in general is going to be stressed from the diet itself just because calories are so low. And I mean, I am depleted and whatnot. And typically in a peak week, depending on where you're at, you want to scale calories up so you can fill the muscles with, carbs and water. And so you look fuller and much more pumped on stage and not flat. And part of that, nutrient partitioning and allowing that to happen is making sure that the body is not as stressed. So outside of, taking out one training day, specifically the most stressful one, nothing was taken to failure or, nothing was taken to a point where I'm like really like just really, really pushing it and gunning for it. It was just taken to a point where, the stimulus is there. We're still, making sure that the body understands that, we need these muscles to move these weights and whatnot. But, it's just pump inducing. It's also somewhat fatigue inducing, but not to the point where um, really stressing out the body. Also, in these clips here between the pendulum, I tried to get like extra steps in uh, between the sets. And again, it's the same structure. You do a single, then we did the drop down here, and with 1 minute in between. And I was just trying to get extra steps in for this particular day. And I would not recommend this at all. It was horrible. Yeah, it was like, because the pendulum in general like connects very well like with my quads, and I get like a pretty nice like I get a really nice pump from this particular exercise. I really don't have to think too much. I just have to execute. Just walking around though, like afterwards, and not just like sitting and standing or whatever, and just taking a little breather. Yeah, not helpful at all. Yeah, I'm dead, as you can see. Anyway, here's some more clips also of the Bulgarian split squat setup that I like doing. Um, just one, just the front foot elevated, at least like by the heel, and then just trying to stay up as possible as I like dip down. So to the point where I'm like almost kind of leaning back so I can really, really like get as much knee flexion as possible. But anyway, going back to like the plan of the week. So yeah, the structure was workout one, chest dominant day. And then the second day on Tuesday of that week, I did my leg day, which is what you're seeing here. I took a break in between those days, and then I went ahead and hit workout number 3, which is basically my what you call it? It's my delt dominant day. So I do my overhead presses, I do some upright rows with a dumbbell, pullovers, lateral raises, and some arm stuff on that particular day. You'll see clips of the overhead press after this. But outside of that, nutrition wise, like on this particular week, we kept things really low because I mean, I wasn't necessarily like lean at this point. Um, I was in shape for sure, but I was also very flat, and also uh, I definitely like wasn't shredded per se. I mean, especially not in the glutes or the lower back, which you'll see. Actually, I do have like a lot of clips here showing you guys like just some training, or I mean some practice posing, so you can really see like everything that goes into it, and at different times of day. Like you'll see the comparisons between the nighttime when I have a bunch of food in me and the morning where there's like no food in me and I'm like super flat. And I'm also using this super washed out window lighting that's coming through as opposed to some overhead lighting that I have in my apartment setup. But another cue here with these Bulgarians, I really try to slow it down on the descent, which is absolutely horrible. Just dog water, honestly. Not fun at all. Um, anyway, nutrition wise, yeah, calories are still low this entire week up until um, the Friday before the show. That is when we basically did a peak week trial. So a little bit of a trial run because, like I said, was a practice show just to kind of see. Oh, here's clips of Raul doing his warm up on the overhead press. Yeah, and I think this is me doing my single 155. Yeah, he's like, get in there, dude. Anyway, yeah. Also, you'll see the range of motion is cut here on the overhead presses, just to like prevent me from like overextending, getting too much tricep involvement, and also sometimes with the overhead press, in order to get the bar like above, you have to like basically shoot your head through, and you're really like contracting like your upper back almost to the point where I was getting like some weird, I don't know, so some weird pain. And again, too, with any sort of prep, like you're fragile, you just want to minimize any sort of injury as much as you can. But yeah, in terms of peak week, so it was just one day prior. All we did was we did a lot of food, high key. We did about 3,500 calories, 209 grams of protein, 435 grams of carbs, and 112 grams of fats. Food was added later on, and yeah, here's me posing. Jeez, look good here, high key, very full. And this is me in the morning. As you can see, somewhat of a difference, at least in the upper body for sure. But the legs just seem to, I don't know, they seem to look pretty good. But in the latter half of prep, legs started to become much more flat. Um, yeah, but that's a nice pose there. This side chest. I kind of prefer this pose this way, but towards the latter half of prep and in other competitions, you'll see that I've changed like the posing structure of this. But yeah, essentially that's basically all we did like for this first show. Just a peak week trial the day prior. I got my little celebratory meal, as well as like 1673 calories. So prior to stepping on stage, I ate about 89 grams of protein, 183 grams of carbs, and 65 grams of fats. Um, yeah, and also had about 6.5 grams of sodium prior to stepping on stage. Um, so I can get into this a little bit more next week just because I am running out of footage here. But here's just some more, more shots, the abs as well. But I just wanted to provide something for you guys. Just been really busy after prep in terms of recovery, also holiday season, so family, work, bunch of stuff. But expect these coming probably like 1 to 2 times a week, I would say, just so I can fill you guys in on the entirety of the prep because I have a lot of footage also from the other shows as well. So, God, that back double is looking good there. Anyway, that's all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's here.
Let's do it.
Hit it, Papa Bear.
Okay.